So now we will be discussing case 1. Now for case 1, who is the agent of the action? It's the professor. And what is the act that has been done by the agent is passing Isa out of pity despite not meeting the passing rate. Is the act a human act or a act of man? The answer is it's a human act. Now, is the case moral according to consequentialism? According to consequentialism, the action of the agent is deemed to be immoral if it is provided that instead of inflicting good to a greater number of people, it is instead providing good to only one person. In this case, Isa. And because the professor did not inflict good on a greater number of people, then this would be considered a immoral act. He could have instead suggested a remedial exam or retake the subject, which would have been less costly to the majority. Even in egoism, he would have rather played safe and remained his integrity at work, which would have benefited him more. Now, for the next question, is this case moral according to deontology? Under the lens of deontology, the pursuit of the action exhibited by the professor is deemed to be immoral, since what he did is not an acceptable act expected from an educator. Reconsideration of students who failed their subjects out of pity or just by acknowledging their efforts exerted is not a universally considered action, as it stands against what is believed to be good in the existing moral standard. It's not on the calling of the professor to follow what he wants, knowing that it's unfair to the rest of the class. He should have taken the appropriate measures, despite whatever consequences may have arisen from it. In other words, the act alone was already immoral since it stands against the moral obligation expected of him to make sure that fairness remains in the classroom and to each student.